Welcome everyone to tonight's live. Welcome, hello. When you jump on, please let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where in the world you are. And tonight I want to talk more about the Freedom Fund. So what's a Freedom Fund? Well, it's something that we are super excited about developing for those over 50 because it's never too late. Good afternoon, good evening, Yasna. Welcome. Thank you for joining me again. So we're talking about the Freedom Fund tonight. And what I want to do is talk about how over 50s really do, need to look at some alternatives on working the 9 to 5, because let's face it, you don't want to be working 9 to 5 forever or into your 70s. So the thing is that statistics show that there are more and more people over, in their 70s still working or having to go back to work, choosing to go back to work because they just don't have enough in their savings to suffice. So we know that inflation's, just going to get worse. Welcome, user 5055473815. Welcome. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where you are in the world. So, life can throw some pretty harsh curveballs at times. Hi, Maharas, but hi, Emma. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Welcome, Jem. Welcome, Bradley. From Australia, I'm guessing. Welcome back. Logan, welcome. Chocolate Milk, hello. Thanks for joining me. Joanne, welcome. Thanks for being here. So tell me, have you ever been worried or panicked about the amount of savings you got and how much life you've got left to live? Because that's a real concern for a lot of people. So, I know, gosh, a year ago I was so stressed. Hi, Tiana. Hi, Navish. Welcome, Stephen. System, hello. Prem, hello. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where in the world you are. Hi, Bambi, Cleo, welcome. So, we've got a lot of things to keep us busy these days, like mentally, emotionally, physically. We really do. Oh, from New York. Welcome from New York, Stephanie. Nice to have you here. So, there's a lot that is of a concern here. Thank you for loving my live. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Cooper, welcome. So, it was only a year ago. I was so damn stressed, right? Super stressed. I was checking my daily bank balance before I could even go and buy groceries at the store. So, the cost of living was rising phenomenally, and it was really one of those situations where I'd gone through the savings, like there's only so much, right? And it just makes it really, really hard. So not only was I checking and calculating in the shop, I had my calculator, I was adding everything up that I was buying. I'd still freak out when I got to the checkout in case I didn't have enough, in case something had come out of the bank that I wasn't expecting. Those unexpected expenses that pop up from time to time, right? So how many of you have been super concerned about not having enough in the bank account to buy your groceries? Drop a 1 in the chat, in the comments if you have. Because it is a real worry. There's so many people out there that really are concerned about whether they're going to have enough. So if that's you, drop a 1 in the comments. Do you even know how much you need to live the rest of your life out? If you were 50 and had another 40 years left in life, after 50, you want to be escaping the 9 to 5. You do not want to be stuck there. So, I want to share with you 3 steps on how to build a freedom fund. Kia ora! Whereabouts in New Zealand you from? Thanks, Michaela. Thank you. Hi, Jack. Welcome. Michael. Yeah. So, it's like British Pickle. Hello. Thanks for the love, Michaela. Appreciate it. So, I know I had to flip a script. What about you guys? Have you ever thought, past that stress and overwhelm that you get when you're in that position? Have you ever been in a position where you've really had to think about and add up, calculate every item that goes in the trolley before you go to the checkout? If you have, drop a 1 in the comments. Empowering over 50s to build that financial cushion and to have that freedom fund, is so important. It's important for me to help other people do that, maybe even tell me in the comments, what does a financial freedom mean for you guys? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like for you? What does it look like for you? Is it just peace of mind? Is it about choosing the life that you live? Or is it about spending time with family or traveling? What does that look like? Because most of us really, we were told that we worked until we were 65 and then, beyond that, what do? Everything should have been enough, but they don't teach you to think about and consider inflation. Rewa. My husband would know that because I'm like, he's the Kiwi, not me. But yeah, so, what is it? What is it for you? We really need to change that narrative so we can start having a freedom fund at 50 and start living life while we can still all enjoy it. What do you think? What do you think about that, What do you think about that? What do you think about those options? What do you think about those options, Would you love to have a freedom fund at 50 and be able to just live life to the fullest? Day in and day out, choosing what you do, how you do it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Hi, Marvin. I had to look for something to redefine what freedom was and how it looked for me on a daily basis and how it would fit into my life. Not what society said I should be doing, because they don't know. There's so much pressure from society these days to, hey, Grace, welcome. There's so much pressure on how our life should look once we get to, 50, 55, 60. So have you ever, hey, good vibe, welcome. So have you ever felt like it's too late to start over financially and, hey, Joyce, welcome, and have a, freedom fund that you can literally make a lifestyle? Because it can happen. Hey, Rent Free, hello. Hi, Joyce, welcome. So it's important that we understand, first of all, what we want, and then open up to start looking and go from, start looking at what that looks like. So emotional and mental impact of financial stress is huge. And it really does create all these other issues physically in ourselves, in our being. So building a freedom fund actually equals waking up to deposits and not overdrawn fees in your bank account, right? Freedom after 50, we need to talk about it more. So comment freedom if you think that, if that vision of recreating a freedom fund and what that looks like, comment freedom below for me. And like I said, there's a 3-step strategy that I want to share with you guys today that made it possible for me to have that freedom fund in the second half of my life. And, what are your doubts? What are your fears? What are your frustrations? Hi, Mads, welcome. And I've said, time and time again that it was only a year ago that I was really stressed and worried and uncertain about what the future would look like. Hi, Zach, welcome. Hi, Leonard, welcome. So, 12 months can be the one thing, one action step can be something that changes your life in 12 months. And, this simple system is what it's all about. So what are the 3 steps? Well, first of all, it's about mastering your message. Hi, Zach, welcome. Hi, Kenzie. I was just being honest, and I was tired and overwhelmed and absolutely exhausted and sick and tired of being sick and tired of the bloody financial struggle. Enough's enough. You've got to get to that point sometimes before you realize that something has to change. And you don't need to be an expert. You just need to be real. Share your struggle. Share your, how it changed you. And the next one is leveraging attraction marketing. So none of this cold inboxing DMs to people, cold messages to people. There's nothing worse. That's one reason why I'm not really on Facebook so much anymore, because I find that, people don't even wait for you to accept or decline their friend request. They just send you a cold message selling you some crap that they don't even know whether you're interested in that or not. So there's no connection there. And this is one reason as well why I deliberately started building my own community outside of social media, so that I could actually connect with those people and give them the ability to own that community as well. Like, it's really about them and helping them and giving them what they need in relation to, whether it's tools, whether it's techniques, strategies, coaching, whatever it might be, right? So I didn't have to chase people with this. I just did not have to chase them. And, yes, I had to learn some skills, which have been amazing, as an amazing part of the journey. Things like, crafting that message and mastering that message. Hey, Amelia, welcome. So giving people hope above all else, that there is a better way. That's my biggest purpose here. Hi, Chloe, welcome. Because I know what it was like when I was looking and there was no real hope. It didn't matter what I looked at. There weren't enough people out there giving people hope. So, and step 3 is make sure that when you do something, you do it with an automated system, so you don't have to work 24/7. It's a game changer. It's a plug-in system. Hey, Ella, welcome. it's a plug-in automated system that works even when you don't. So when you're asleep, you wake up and you've got new leads. You've got, ooh, I got a notification here. Nice. Thank you. So, it does all the heavy lifting for you so you don't have to. It does all the emails, are all automated. You don't even have to write them. They're already pre-written. Hey, Maya, which I love about this system because it just makes it easy. So hi, Talia. Hi, Rajesh. So it gives you the opportunity to really be able to focus on what's important, and that's doing your 2 hours a day. It does a customer follow-up, so I don't even have to follow people up. It's all automated in the system. And, that's how you start seeing, I'm great, thanks, Talia. Thanks for asking. Hope you're well. And this is how it converts to your sales without annoying friends and family. How cool is that? So are you still trading time for money? Drop a 1 in the comments if you are still in the 9 to 5. And, does it feel like you're running out of time and money? Does it really feel like that at all, ever? I'm sure at times it would, right? I'm sure at times it would. So, I know it does because I've been there. So I know it absolutely feels like there's not enough time to do what you need to do and get where you want to be. So have you ever tried online businesses before? And if you have, what did it work or did it not work? And if it didn't work, why didn't it work? So most of the most common frustrations that people have is multi-level marketing, businesses that take a lot of time with very little return. And you've got to annoy friends and family. It doesn't teach you how to market the business efficiently and effectively. So the biggest thing that's missing out of that is often automation and the mentorship and a plan that respects your time. So, if you have tried any of those, drop a 1 in the comments. And there's, if it didn't work, there's no shame in that. We've all tried many things. I've tried millions of things. I've spent a fortune, lost a fortune. I've got a couple of things that I really love to work with now, and as well as my coaching, as well as my building the community, and they're the things that are important to me. So I am seriously looking for, hi Sienna, welcome, for 10 people to work with this month. I already have 4 that I work closely with, and I'd love to have 6 more because I want to change lives. Hi, Charlotte. Welcome. So, yeah, I want to change lives because you're worth it. You're worth more than what you're currently doing. If you're feeling burnt out, physically tired, emotionally drained, that 9 to 5, that commute, the working for somebody else for limited income, all of that, So I really want to help 10 families really change their life this month. And that's important to me because then I know that I'm helping others to live with hope and build a freedom fund that works for them. Hi, Gojo. Welcome. So the Legacy Builder program showed me how to do this. It showed me how to build that freedom fund with 2 hours a day. So it doesn't take all my time. I choose to do my lives at night, but I choose to do my 2 hours in the morning at 6 a.m. and I do my 2 hours and then I get on some training calls. Then I I sometimes, hi Bracken, thank you, hi Kane. So, you know, I choose my day and I have time in the middle of the day to do whatever I want. And that's the beauty of it, right? That's what life's about. Working smart, not working, in that grind. Because there's nothing worse, right? Nothing worse. Nothing worse than that. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Ruby. Welcome. But, time is really slipping past. So, there is still time and it doesn't matter how old you are. That's what I love about this. Thanks for the follow, Ruby. That's what I love about this. It doesn't matter how old you are because anybody can do this. 2 hours a day. You don't need tech skills. You don't need to, chase people. And most people don't know what they need to live, to be in their free or in a savings account to live for another 30 years once they finish the 9 to 5. So, hey, Besking. Hi, Sab. So, most people don't know what figures they need. And so what if something unexpected happened to you or your partner and you suddenly lost one income? What would you do then? Because if you lose an income because you can't go to work for whatever reason, hey, Em, thank you. You do have the ability to be able to still sit at home and do the work over however, 2 hours a day. You can choose half an hour here, half an hour there, half an hour later on. Like you can do that. So thanks for the follow. Swans and hearts and coconuts. I love it. So yeah, like you choose how you work it. It fits into your life. And I didn't need a financial advisor. Hi, Eds from where? Mattu Pools. Nice. So, hey, Tutai. Hi, Kira. So, you don't need a financial advisor to take action here. And you don't need a giant investment. You just need to be committed to follow the blueprint and committed to 2 hours a day. And that gets you on track without any trouble at all. So if you had a blueprint that you could follow to create a freedom fund, putting money in your bank, it goes straight into your bank, instead of living in debt or fear of not having enough, would you take that first step? And it doesn't matter. You could be a grandmother, a single mom, a full-time worker. You could be a dad who's working full-time and working so many hours he doesn't see his family enough. It's something that it is. It's just, this is for anybody. There's so many people in our community, all different ranges of people. 2 hours a day, no tech skills, fully automated, and it's certified. And you get 100% of the profit. So if somebody buys from you, I get nothing. That all goes to you. Every cent goes to you. And you do get real mentorship. I've been on 2 calls today, on training calls, that were absolutely amazing. It's like what you learn on these calls is phenomenal. Hi, I don't know. Hi, Kirby. So if you think that a freedom fund is the answer for you, type freedom fund in the comments now, because I'll make sure that I come back to you for sure. or in my, there is a form in my bio. If you go up to my name, you can fill out the form and I will make sure that you get the details. So this is really your moment to change the rest of your life, right? I know what it's like to be stuck. I know what it's like to not have enough money. I know what that was like only 12 months ago. Thanks for all the love. And now I'm here living with peace of mind, and you can do this too. You know, you can do this. So it's up to you. The decision is yours. Have peace of mind. You know, build a freedom fund so you never have to worry again, so your kids never have to worry again. And we'll really get you started like as soon as possible. No more overdrawn fees, no more bill juggling, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul. It doesn't work. You can only do that for so long, and then all the funds run out. So, you know, just imagine if you were just seeing deposits coming into your account. No more panic at the checkout when you go and buy groceries. This opportunity is here, but it only works if you take action. So if you want freedom, type freedom in the comments. You know, or you're going to sit here and in 12 months' time say, what the heck have I done with my life? Why am I still in the same position? Something has to change in order for you to change the results that you're currently getting. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. If you don't change something, nothing changes, and everything will be exactly where it is this time next year. So it really is up to you. There's no pressure. Like I said, there is a sign-up form in my bio above, so just click on that. Click on my name, and, you can fill the form out, and I'll definitely come back to you. It's really a very simple process. You can put your email address in, and when you get the emails, then you can ask any questions, and I'll return, I'll make sure that I personally respond to your questions. And I don't have a PA, I do it myself because, that's the way life is, right? 2 hours a day, I don't need a PA or a VA. So if you're looking for something to change your life and build a freedom fund for you and your family, then this can definitely do it. And you can do this while you're working until you really get sorted, until you start, earning that income. But you really only need 2 hours a day, and you just got to commit to that and follow the step-by-step guide. It's all very easy. I know I've been on here for my 30 minutes. Tomorrow night I'll be back, and tomorrow night I will share with you some information. I'll show you how it all works. I'll actually share all the back office, how it all works, what you need to do, and it's that simple. So there is a website link in my bio as well. And you are welcome to copy and paste that. That will take you directly to the email address. Now, I'll just show you what that looks like. So, as soon as this changes, flip, come on. So all you do is, that's the address. So at www.atmdailyprofits.com/1. That is in my bio, so just copy and paste that. This is what will come up for you. So you will see this page, and it's literally pop your email address in. You'll get a video, but you'll also get some emails that give you all the information, and just reply to that. And I'll be sure to come back to you and with the answers that you're looking for. It is such a simple, clean system to use. I've seen a lot of things out there that are so confusing, you don't know where to click or what to do. This is literally step by step. So, hey Ben, I'm just finishing up, but thank you very much for being here. Blake and Jack Fisher, hello. So yeah, so I will be back tomorrow night at the same time, and I will go through all of this information, show you exactly what you get, and show you through how it all works, show you the community. Hey baby Japanese, I'm just finishing up, but that's amazing. So I will see you all tomorrow night, same time. And I really do look forward to sharing some more valuable information with you, and so you can familiarize yourself with what we're working with, and then you can literally see how easy it is. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, day, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I look forward to sharing